Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 7th Show from Eat Mumbai. We now have Akash from Starkware, Starknet. Recently, if you guys have seen, lots of hype around the Starkware ecosystem. It is one of the OG ecosystems. I have worked in the Starkware ecosystem projects back in 2022. Love the place, love the area and love the energy. They have been the pioneers of lots of, they're the OGs of, creating ZK. I think Ali and other bunch of people, they are, core contributors of that. Cairo as a language is like great and people build really cool shit there. Again, we go through cycles, we go through different phases and there might be little bit of downtime for all the ecosystems, but at least in the all the social space, all the energetic phase, we are again seeing Starkware, Starknet being popping up everywhere. I think Akash, you guys, Adi also who joined the team recently, they're doing a really great job. Thanks Akash, thanks for joining
Yeah,
in.
for sure,
We
man.
are doing this for the first time.
Yeah.
How it's feeling? How are you liking the place? How is everything?
Firstly, thank you for inviting me over, and I've seen your work, and I've really seen your work, and it's really good that what you're doing. And about the place, yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's pretty hot, of course. I had to literally change my shirt, go back to hotel, change my shirt, and be here. But weather is good. Everything's going perfect. It's really nice. I didn't really think it'll be. I didn't think we'll have a huge turnout, but it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's really good. But yeah.
Awesome. I think Akash, as I was mentioning, everybody will watch the episode will also know we are seeing lots of Starkware and Starknet initiatives being popped up. They were there, but maybe the team was a little bit more technical. Maybe the conversations were lot not maybe for the average guys like me or somebody else. What do you change or what you bring to your table? What were your experience back to Starknet?
Right.
Which helped unfold this new level of creativity to the Starknet ecosystem.
Right. So I grew up like as a developer within the Starknet ecosystem, and me as a developer, I knew there were a few issues when I was developing. Like I knew that there were quite a lot of issues, and right when I joined in, I getting those issues sorted was the first thing. Basically, like in terms of like filling in missing parts in terms of like documentation or like resources and all those sort of stuff. So that was like the first thing. The next thing was, dude, the tech, it's amazing. The tech is amazing. It's unmatched. The tech is unmatched. But now, for the general audience to understand that, they need to experience it. Like, of course, it looks cool on paper. It looks cool on how it works and implementation. And of course, we've got a lot of projects. Of course, the well-known one is DYDX. The other one, Paradex. We've basically been powering quite a lot of perps, and we've been powering about 25% of the volume of the perps decks, which is powered by the Starknet tech, which not a lot of people know about it. So the idea was also about how do we show this tech in a very simple way to all our general audiences. Now, for example, we've been talking about account abstraction since for like quite a few years, and account abstraction is quite native on Starknet. We've been having this about since 2021, and now right now. So we took this as an opportunity. We were like, okay, let's do this, where we show this tech to general audience on how this tech actually works. We just tell them. So for now, we've been running this Blinky app experiment here. We were like, dude, just try it out, and each blink is a transaction. That's all we said. And then they were like, hey, how does this work? And all those. Then it starts triggering them. Okay, then they are interested about the tech and all this sort of stuff. But to the general audience, that's basically a Web2 app. And that's the kind of experience that we are that's the kind of experience that we're able to give through account abstraction. So these are few initiatives that we're looking to do. Basically, bring in tech in a much more usable way for audiences, for general audiences to use it and leverage it, and that brings a bit more adoption. So these are like few things that we're doing. Apart from the developer side, we've moved away from hackathons. We're not doing many hackathons. Of course, one of them is most top known. The thing that we did campaign was about the villa that we did. Of course, there was quite a lot of backlash, but for us personally, it's been quite good. We've got about 3 good projects out from there. They're looking on long term, and they've been building for us for about 6 to 8 months. And all of those have been received. They've got a seed grant as well of $25,000. So we are more bullish on founders and doing long term basis stuff rather than short term, like short term hackathons and stuff. So that's like the way that we moved out, and hence that's where we are looking to put a lot of resources as well. And we think there's a huge ROI doing that. So rather than just focusing on hackathons, so that's what we're really doubling down on.
I think Starknet, I think initially started as an Ethereum L2, kind of Ethereum's easy settlement layer.
Yeah.
It's cheaper, it's quicker, and ZK proved. then it did kind of same for Bitcoin. The kind of allowing Bitcoin. I think OPCat
Yeah.
grew quite popular
Yeah.
with the what Starknet bring
Yeah,
onto the
yeah, yeah.
table. One thing I have also talked with lots of Starknet ecosystem folks, because again I was mentioning I was in part of the early
Right, right,
Starknet
right.
initiatives. Many people are saying this generic term that hey, we are now app focused. Now app as an initiative is huge,
Yep.
right? And with AI agents and ease of cloud code, anybody can spun up
Yep.
apps. If you can say what particular set of apps, if you guys are looking forward to, and how Starknet's main positioning is now. Is it
Right.
ETH BTC settlement layer, or is it an app layer with privacy? What's the go-to message so that people can come, the people who are watching this will come
Yeah,
and
yeah,
build
yeah,
on
for
this?
sure. So right now we are not really focusing. We are not, running behind any narratives. The way that it looks, it might look like we are chasing behind narratives, but to be honest, Ethereum, Bitcoin, privacy, consumer apps, and quantum resistance. All of this just fits like a glove on Starknet. Starknet is out of the box right now. We've already got quantum resistant wallets, but of course we need to. Just having Starknet quantum resistance doesn't mean it can is fully quantum resistance, because it relies on Ethereum security. But that's something that's already up there. But yeah, privacy and Bitcoin. This is something that we're really bullish on the long term. Being able to shield your Bitcoin, and with the recent standard that we brought in, the Stark 20, which basically enables any RC20 token on Starknet to have privacy capabilities, and already existing. You can already use the existing pools that are already available, rather than creating new pools for this private ERC20 tokens, right? It's a pretty huge unlock. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very very bullish on this, and for founders who are looking to work long term on Starknet. If you're working something between the intersection of privacy and Bitcoin, feel free to get in touch. And this is something that we're really bullish on, and would love to get you guys onboarded. But apart from that, on the consumer front, we've been a leading consumer chain as well. Of course, Focus Tree is one of the well-known app which has onboarded about 1 million plus users on chain on Starknet without them knowing that they're on chain. So that's the other aspect as well. And we've got some games like Loot Survivor, which is doing crazy stuff on the gaming side. Just to give you a quick glimpse, it's an indie game. Within like the last 3 months, they did about 400K in revenue, which is crazy. Which is crazy. And apart from that, for general Web2 founders, we've got something up called the Starks app, which essentially enables in bringing Bitcoin to your app in minutes. So any app, any Web2 app, we could literally bring it on chain, on Starknet within minutes, which is very developer friendly and all this sort of stuff. And we've got about grants with respect to that for ideas that looks very interesting to us, and is an intersection of our narrative positioning as well. We would love to help you guys out in fundings as well. So this is something that we've got up on the Web2 front as well, and we are chasing other institutions as well. For example, Strava is one of our focus. We did do a mock-up on top of Strava. We've also mailed the C-level organization people over there. We are waiting for a response. But yeah, these are like few cool stuff on the Web2 end of things as well, which a lot of founders could leverage. And yeah, bring Bitcoin to your users, bring Bitcoin to your app in minutes using Starks app.
I think one thing is you guys, as I was mentioning, the hackathons and everything you
Yeah.
are kind of doing is in a new format,
Yeah.
right? I think Stark Zap,
Yeah.
which is I think scheduled later this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Like I wish I could have released this earlier so that more people
Yeah,
can
yeah.
take part. But yeah, we have to release this later,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
whatever things. Uh, you yourself have been a developer. I
Yeah.
think Adi, which is part of the team,
Yeah.
he has also some tech background. And the Starknet team is also quite technical.
Yeah.
The last I was updated
Yeah.
to. How you guys are seeing this, the entire vibe coding narrative, or this, easy coding, or this Claude kind of things,
Exactly,
which
yeah.
makes maybe an average guy a developer, or
Yeah, yeah,
maybe I was talking with Denver. He was saying he loves to code, but he doesn't have time.
Exactly.
He can also spun off something over the weekend.
Right, right.
So how this entire new set of tools
Right.
is kind of integrating, with the existing Starknet
Right.
goals, infra, and how you guys are supporting it at a tech level,
Right.
or maybe how the hackathon is giving them space to build something.
Right, right. Again, like I mentioned, it ties back to the whole narrative that I was talking about. Not doing much hackathons, but more on long-term stuff. Basically, betting on founders. Even with the vibe coding stuff, yes, anyone can spin up anything. Like you can literally build anything. You give a particular RFP, anyone can build it any time, like literally. But what happens is you need to bet on a founder. Does he or she have that founder mindset? That's what matters. Building a product is easy now, but marketing it, doing the GTM, getting your users is the most harder part, and that's what we are always focusing on, mostly on the founder side. And with the Blitz, now it contradicts. Why are we doing a hackathon for Blitz? So Blitz is basically a 3-hour hackathon that we are doing on top of the Starknet SDK to showcase how easy it is for developers to bring Bitcoin to their apps in minutes. So the idea of this is not to build any big company within the next 3 hours. That's not the idea. The idea is to just build cool shit. Just build cool shit using StarkZap. That's the whole agenda. We're just trying to battle as the StarkZap SDK as well. If you have issues, you could probably raise an issue, and we put a bounty over here. Our team is going to be present on ground, help you out and everything. And with respect to that, even with Cairo, we've got something called Cairo Coder. So writing Cairo codes has always been an issue for EVM developers, right? We've got this Cairo Coder up. It's an MCP that you could plug in. Write in plain English, you get a contract spun in no time. And with Claude Code paired up, it's a killer combo. And we have MCP supports for all the apps that are on Starknet. As well, you could just plug it in with your Claude and interact with it. And anything else with respect to development, just Starknet JS, anything, we've got all the skills up. So it's as simple as just prompting your Claude code to do it, get it sorted, and that's pretty much it. So our developer, so there's no learning curve of like learning Cairo and stuff. It's just about building the right thing and taking it forward as a long-term project. That's how it goes.
Awesome. I think this will really help people who are watching this. They can vibe code things on Starknet.
Yep.
Personally, as I was mentioning that I am a huge fan of the Starknet tech, but I don't have much engineering affinity towards it until Claude Code came,
Right.
where I can it's kind of addictive.
Right.
You write plain English, it can spun off something.
Yep.
And the things you mentioned, with the SDKs and the
Yep.
skills and the MCPs,
Right.
I think anybody can plug and play.
Exactly.
I think I'll also try and experiment,
should,
and
yeah.
I'll definitely reach out to you.
Yeah.
And maybe Adi also. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope people who are watching this,
Right.
can use this as an information and plug and play something. My final question, before we wrap up is, I think quite a huge shift has came, after I have seen you and a bunch of people who joined around due to Starknet ecosystem. I think I really like the change, from being a serious tech-oriented, research-focused guy to something which anybody can relate to. Although the core and fundamental is same, but now it is something more human consumable or easy to consume.
Yep.
I think March is about to end. It's we are end of the first quarter. Lots of undulations, but I think you guys are doing great job. What's Akash and Starknet's plan over the next 3 quarters over the year? What are the few metrics not metrics in the sense not business metrics, but few things you want to focus hard, and which people can contribute to, or maybe we can help you in some way so
Makes
that
sense.
these things go. Yeah.
Makes sense. Might be a bit funny, but our focus right now is just revenue. At this moment, it's revenue. So us as an ecosystem team, our moat is basically we are pretty high agency. The idea is to if you have an idea, just do it. So that's like the team that we're having right now, and we're like doing things. We get an idea, we just shoot it, we just get things done. We're pretty high agency. That's the vibe that we want to bring in, and we want to move off from the whole tech background, focused Starkware, and all those sort of stuff. We want to be very authentic as possible and convey things in a very simple manner that general audience could understand. But yeah, our current focus as an ecosystem team is revenue and focus and help in building, doing growths for these projects within our ecosystem, for all the Tier 1, Tier 2 projects. Treat the same projects as how you would treat any Tier 1 project. Treat them the same way with any projects that looking to build on Starknet as well. That's the way that we go about. And if there are anyone looking to build on top of us, you're just one DM away. You could probably like DM me or Adi, and you just see how things goes from there. But yeah, that's how things goes.
Awesome. I think thanks to Akash, for quickly taking out the time and
Yeah, for
talk.
sure.
I think you have a talk
Yeah,
in
yeah.
some time.
Yeah.
I think all the best for that. Really
Sure.
great chatting with you.
Sure.
I wish more and more people come and build on Starknet, and wish you all the very best for the rest of the year.
Sure. Thank you so much, man. And it was really nice talking to you as well. And you're doing a pretty amazing job. I hope you keep continuing it, and you'll see great things coming up ahead.
Yep.
Sure. Thank you, man.